What's going on, Gary?
Hey, Rod, what's going on over there?
Computer going? Can't hear you.
What? I don't understand.
Are you having audio problems?
Nope.
Al, can you guys hear him? All right.
I know what you're doing over there. I'll crank up my audio and blow out your speakers.
Woo woo.
Hey, your cup you're drinking out looks really cool.
Blue.
Is it blue? Green?
Yeah. Woo. How's it going, man? How was your week?
Man, it was I gotta figure out which week it is, but it was good.
This is the week prior to going to PRI. That's what this is.
Yes. We got through Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we got lots of watchers here.
Well, they know the CEO of the Titans 10-5 is on.
Yeah, it was good.
And not only are they the CEO and the CFO, but they're also the chief decision maker.
That's right.
Yeah.
They carry the big hammer.
Big hammer.
Big hammer.
Yeah. I see Shannon Weiss, Babyface, the Jackie Frost watching. They want to know what's going on. I see you looking good there, Gary.
Yep, we got the proper uniform on, don't we?
Uh-huh. Yeah, we'll see if Al and Larry got the same shirt on, man. We're twinsing. We're twinsing.
We'll see, huh? We'll see after a bit.
Very good. Very good.
What and it's been a couple weeks, hasn't it?
Yeah. It has been a couple weeks. I see Troy A say what's up.
Yeah, there's Troy and Shannon.
Yeah.
Brian Wise watching. There's Brian, I see. Hey.
Brian on YouTube.
Brian.
Yep.
We got through Thanksgiving, and I think I've been off more days than I've worked in the last few weeks, just burning some vacation up,
Man. Well, it looks like you're about ready to start that car, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I wish.
Screen there.
I think since the last time we was here, I've got the block is actually at the engine shop now.
Hey.
So the block is at the shop. I think the crank was supposed to ship early this week, like the 3rd or so, Tuesday. So maybe I just talked to Mark the other day briefly. He didn't give me the lowdown on everything, but
cool.
Yeah, stuff's happening still. So
can't stop it. Look at what Mike McDaniel's saying. Check that out. He's ready.
I wonder why. Oh, we're here. Okay. Mike McDaniel says we're here to hear new classes and rules for next year.
Man, he's in the right place.
He's in the right place.
Need to be right here. Heck yeah.
This is the place. We got the guys.
We got it. I mean, I got them on right here. I've read them. Yeah.
We saw it.
Yeah. I'm excited to talk about it.
There's Corey Spaniak.
Corey Spaniak. He's watching. So is Jim Lauer, Eric Summer.
Jim.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm burning some vacation. I'm going to work. I'm going to take tomorrow off, work on Tuesday, and then we're out of town to the PRI.
Gonna go get our steps in.
Yes, absolutely.
Gonna go get our steps in at PRI.
Yep. Waiting on engine parts. Been working on some things.
Mm-hmm.
Eric says you guys are going to be more exciting than the Chiefs game.
Oh man! Come on now.
We need that. We want that Chiefs player salary then.
Oh wow! No
even
kidding.
The low dog, I'll take it.
Wow, just the entry. Entry level.
Yeah, whatever the league minimum is, what's probably $500,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What have you been doing over there at your place?
Man, I just been tearing it up. 2025 is going to be here, and soon. You got to be testing, and we got to get things going. The first race will be we'll wake up and it'll be right around the corner. So I've been tearing my stuff apart. My car looks like your car.
So you got a salvage yard at your house too, huh?
Yeah, I do. It's organized. I got it in my spots, but there's stuff everywhere.
Man, it's amazing how many pieces it takes to operate one of these things when it's all between the fenders and under the hood.
I ain't lying. Yep. But we're looking at upgrades, so we gotta, hang with these Titan boys. You gotta bring your A game. So I better do what I can. Try to stay in the front. We'll see.
I think you'll be okay. We'll see. Eric says, I don't know about that. The refs might get jealous you're taking their money. I'll take the refs' money too. Barry, Peter, Bip, and Bop matching T-shirts.
That's it. Got these at the race. Where do we get these at? Dark City?
I got mine at Tulsa, I think.
Did you? Maybe it was Tulsa.
Yep.
Very good.
So. Yeah, I think you did too at the September race. Yeah,
that'll work.
I think so.
Cool.
Oh, there's the Spaniac. Spaniac gonna put Big Cam in the Maverick with ported high ports for next year. Woo!
Cam, 3/4.
I think he's calling you out, Rod.
He already did. He private messaged me and called me out.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
So there'll be a grudge race of some sort coming up soon, huh?
He just texted. I'm being serious here. He private messaged me and he said, he goes, I can't wait to race you.
You better
and I said, me too, and gave him the thumbs up.
Oh man.
No joke.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good time.
So should that be the first pair out of the gate at the first race?
I think you and Troy are, aren't you? $100?
I'm not sure I'll have a running engine by then.
Oh my goodness. There we go.
That's not that far away. What? Well, we'll talk about the schedule, but
yeah. Yeah, look at Larry or Corey laughing. He knows what's going on.
I may have to borrow a car. Yeah. Well, you want to roll into some stuff here and get rocking?
Because before that message, like a couple of weeks before that, I messaged him and I said, this is the truth. I said, man, I'm so glad you went that 47.
Yeah. Just push buttons, huh?
Yeah.
That's right. Here's Gary says competition makes things fun. That's right.
Oh, you ain't lying. And what's the common denominator there, Gary? What when we're talking about, Spaniac's ride in my car, there's one thing, and you can bring Frost into this too. He's the champ. There's one thing that keeps, coming to the top, to the top. What is that?
Your wheels are round. Is that right? Am I close? Come on. Yeah.
What was that? What was that me that James Foreman sent us? Because it's got a Ford in it.
Because it's got a Ford in there. It's
right. How come that thing sounds so good? Because it's got a Ford in it.
That there's got a Ford in it. Don't sound like no potato.
What's Rich Frost saying? We a tag team there?
Rich, Gary and Rod can just take each other out, and I'll sneak in for the win.
They got a plan over there in Missouri, don't they?
Yeah, that should be a rule. If you go out of town, you can't race each other.
Oh, okay. Is that right? It's chip draw, right? So, I mean,
well,
it works out.
It seems like Tony, whenever we'd race local or go out of town, we would end up on the ladder racing each other, or even in a chip draw, we'd race each other.
Right. Yeah. Me and Devin went all the way to Ennis, Texas to race each other. We could have handled it in Dark City or wherever, Yeah. You don't have to drive 7 hours.
Goose says, make sure you got a Chevy.
Oh, man. There it is right there.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Cool. Well, what'd you do last night?
Oh, man, we went to the Mad Racers Banquet.
Yeah.
And it was a good time.
Saw the Harpers and the Maybrowers and about 150 of our closest friends.
Yep. My wife took a little picture inside the venue there. It's real nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Lots of racers, and there were some sponsors, and the the Harpers are there, the Maybriars, and some good food, good dessert.
All the drinks sponsored by WDRA.
WDRA, yep. Some Cokes and some beers and some waters.
Oh, yeah. That was a good time. It's a nice little building. Second year they've done it here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. And while we're talking about that, just, I know you feel the same, but special thank you and shout out and huge thanks to the Maybriar family and Mr. and Mrs. Harper, all of the Mad Track staff, the employees. Donnie runs this. He is the starter guy. And I don't know all the names of the people, but Donnie and Amy Osborne and everybody.
Right
and
on.
Thanks for all the hard work they do, and looking forward to a great year coming up. So
no kidding, they do a great job. It's a lot of hard work, all the behind the scenes, getting everything set up, and looking forward to it, man.
Yeah.
When they start in March, start opening the gates, something like that. We'll have to talk to Mr. Harper next week about that after PRI.
Right.
Bring him on.
We might do that. We got that set up maybe already.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm in if you're in.
I think so.
Cool,
We'll
cool. Yeah, it's a good time.
Darren Keese, he says, I see you two turkeys got a pardon this year.
Oh, we got the pardon. We got the pardon.
Hey, at the banquet, you remember Mrs. Harper talking about, talk about the racetrack. She was talking about the tickets that were given away and for people to talk about, going here, going there, going to the racetrack and doing this. Also, a thing that's pretty big, I think, and you and I do a lot of it, is social media.
Yeah.
We put some car stuff. Caught a lot of car stuff out there actually, and more so this year than ever in the past. But that might help also. If you're racing your car, put your stuff out there and let people see what you're doing, and maybe somebody will see. Maybe somebody will want to go check you out. Maybe a neighbor in the next cul-de-sac wants to go see something cool. Who knows?
Wants to know where all the noise is coming from.
Where's all that noise coming? What's that cat doing? All that stupid noise. Well, go on here.
She did a good job too, just describing that. If those events you put interested or going, then it populates out, so all your friends see, what you're maybe going to. So that's good stuff.
Yep.
Our social media.
Yep. Yeah, put your car business, your race car business out there a little bit and let it be seen and make maybe people will come out. Like to
do, even for the Titans here coming up, we're talking to Al and Larry on the side, just promoting this event, promoting their sponsors, bring this on. Didn't you tell me on the way to Arc City, Tulsa, going to this show tonight? Is that Michael Michael Narks?
We was trying to figure who that was, and we think it was probably Michael Narks.
I see he's watching right now.
Is he really? I didn't catch that, but yeah.
Matt Ray, Brett Lobel, Tony Whitmore. We got a full house here, man. This is good stuff. They want to know what's going on.
Yep, we're going
to get through these pictures real quick, and we'll bring on the CEOs.
Yep, the Chiefs of the Titans.
Titans.
We already talked about PRI. We're going in a few days. Weather looks a little chilly, but not terrible. It could be worse for December.
Yeah, especially.
Looking forward to that. It's always a fun time getaway.
Yeah, definitely. No, make sure you bring your pajamas this time and shirts.
I will.
All that. So
I'll have my Bucky's pajamas washed and ready.
Right on.
Because I know my wife won't want them here. She'll make sure they're gone. Get them things out of here.
Cool.
Yep. We also found out
watching right now.
Who is Mrs. Harper? There she is. Yeah. We also found out this week the new date for next year, which is back to November again, November 6th, 7th, and 8th for the Texas Radio Roundup. Mark your calendar now. Yeah.
Look at that's got America written all over it right there.
It does.
America. Yep. No, good time, man. That's a good time going down there.
I got my new calendar. I had a new calendar, but it was kind of paper I was telling you about. Sometimes it gets kind of wonky with the moisture and stuff. So I got my new one put up. It's like I had before. That's easier to write on, and moisture doesn't affect it. So I'll get it on the calendar.
Sounds good.
What do we got? Some comments here.
Yeah.
Caleb, any insight on rules and schedule for 2025? Sorry if it's posted already. I don't have a Facebook. Stay tuned. Coming up soon. Where's Larry now? They'll be here just a little bit.
Yeah, I think Larry got a new phone or something, so he's trying to get it fixed. And Al, he called us just a little bit ago. He's, I guess, running late or something. They're out eating dinner or something. I don't know. So, but they'll be here in a bit. Just hang tight here.
Hang loose.
Hang loose.
They'll be worth it.
Yeah. We got another phone ready for him. Oh, look at this. Is that Santa Claus?
Is this Christmas spirit or what?
Man, alive. Old Mark's getting it down.
Tydo dressed up the wagon. Only thing is missing. I'm a little disappointed. I was hoping to see the donkey with some lights strung on the donkey.
Oh yeah, the donkey.
Remember the donkey he was telling us about?
Yeah, in the back field.
Yep.
Yeah.
No donkey. Dang it.
Donkey.
Wagon doing some burnout with lights. It's a really cool picture.
Great picture.
Yep. All right, let's talk about your car real quick. What are you doing?
Whoa, what's going on here? It looks like the motor's out.
Looks like it's headed to the salvage yard.
I got to keep up with Corey. Rich, the champ.
Looks like the engine's gone. You're going to put a Chevy in there, right?
Oh, come on now, Gary. You know better than that. You know better than that.
Potato.
Yeah, I don't need no tractor motor. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't need none of that.
Yep.
Cool. Yep. No, motor's out. So we'll see. Getting it ready to go over to Keys. Kind of lighten it up. Things so heavy. Got those doors on there. Put an extra 700 pounds back on it. So we got to, work on that. Get that going. So.
Probably shouldn't be showing these pictures to these two guys that are coming out.
I called them ahead of time. I did. I was like, hey, real quick, I got a quick question. Yeah.
They might be amending the rules as we speak, looking at these pictures.
Oh, they might be. Yeah, if you have gray carpet, you'll be all right, apparently. Limited,
I'll just paint my car white and I'll get away with everything that you get away with.
It would look good, that's for sure. Yeah.
I know the butcher job I did, I don't think anything make my car look good now.
Yeah, there we are. See, she's in one place, now she's in another. Dropped it off at Fox Rod Racing and do some work, get it back. And just a shout out to everyone too. Keith has, no joke, one limited car on the jig right now with stock firewall, stock floors, and one I would call outlaw. And he's got 2 Fox body donors, 4-cylinder donors or whatever, that are just waiting on a hacksaw behind the shop that he's going to make into limited cars, just so the next person will come on and buy it as soon as he's done setting the cage and suspension up. So if this limited, if they don't tell you how this limited is just blowing up, I don't know what else to say. But it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Yeah. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, there he is.
There's you and Keith.
Yeah, so she's dropped off. I told him he can, take his time, get it back to me, by next Saturday when we get back.
Yeah, take your time. Let's see.
They don't get back to me like, Wednesday, because I ain't going to be here,
right.
But next weekend, whatever,
Leave the airport with your trailer and just go pick it up.
Exactly. So, cool. But, 2025, let's go. Got to keep up with all those Missouri boys, the Frost and Corey Spaniak and Babyface. Right. And I don't even know everyone else with the Black 57. And I don't even know. They're all coming,
Well, Brian and I will have to pal around and try to pick on you Ford guys,
Yeah. Hell, they got this wagon over there that does big wheelies. And I know they got a converter and a tranny fix. So that thing will be running to the front.
Doug Perry's watching. Hey, Doug. Well, that's what we got there.
Cool.
Pretty slow week.
Let's do it.
So we're ready for the Titans, fellas.
The first thing I'm going to ask them is what shirt they got on. First thing.
Let me fix this.
Key that up. They got to be supporting the Titans. Bam.
Here we are. Oh, I got to click 2 more buttons.
All right, bring him in. There's 2. What's up, fellas?
Al,
what's up? What's going on?
Of the Titans 10-5 Racing Series.
What does that say again, Gary? Say that again.
Al says he is the overlord of the Titans 10-5 Racing Series.
There you go. The buck stops here.
Hey, and just so you know,
Yep.
I am wearing a Titan shirt too, but it's covered up with IHRA hoodie.
You got the IHRA over the Titans?
Yeah,
Yep.
because I'm old and cold.
You're old and cold. Shots fired, Harper. Shots fired.
IHRA.
But I don't, WDRA buying drinks at the deal last night.
No, it was awesome.
Was that the bar drinks or was that just soft drinks?
No, it was everything.
Wow.
Yeah. And they did a picture, one of those panoramic pictures with everybody holding their drink up to send back to Johnny.
Yep. Yeah. John
Yeah.
O'Neill wasn't there to write that check.
He already did it apparently because it was all there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kudos to him, man.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's doing it up. He's doing it up.
That's
And
good. That's half of his salary down the tubes for 2025.
Right on. They did a waffle as well, and if I didn't win, but
Neither.
the person that won had a WDRA membership. He was going to give him another year.
Really? Wow. Okay.
See how they ain't messing around.
So that's $100, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a cool deal.
Hey,
Yeah.
throw them hundies around anytime you can,
Oh yeah. Well, you got Putnam money, you can do something like that.
To burn it to keep warm, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. What's up, Larry? How you doing?
Good, man. How are you doing?
Doing well. You saw what I've been doing the last few days there, working on old Whitey.
I seen that. I seen them silver wheels on there, and I had to roll my eyes a little bit.
Did it blind you? You have to get your glasses on,
I did. It was bright and shiny.
Looked amazing, didn't it?
No, she looks good, man.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna get her fixed up. We got a big season coming up with you guys. So what's so hard to say?
Johnny O was at another banquet.
last night.
Oh, he was at another banquet. Okay. Well,
Man, he's really doing it if he's buying drinks at both.
I know, right? We did get to meet him last year at that banquet. Of course, we saw him at PRI as well. And we saw you guys there. Are you guys going next week?
Absolutely.
Right on.
Yep.
Right.
Unfortunately, I can't go. I got inventory at work, so
Oh,
I'm not going to be able to go. Which sucks, but duty calls.
yeah, I understand that. Oh,
I
Gary,
messaged one of you guys and said we needed to catch up for breakfast
Yeah.
Thursday morning.
yeah, let's lock that in. Definitely. Definitely, for sure.
Rod, real quick, I always give you a hard time about your shiny wheels, but I got a quick story to tell you.
Okay.
2 years ago, when he put a new 4-link under the back of my car, and my car had black powder coated wheels on it,
Sure.
and I spent days in his garage, me and my nephew, and we figured out a formula that Permatex gasket remover takes off powder coat on wheels,
Ooh.
and it took every bit of it off, and that's why I got shiny wheels on my car because they were black powder coated.
Okay.
So so down deep inside, I'm a shiny wheel guy.
Okay, I got you.
Worked on it for weeks to get them there. But if anybody
Right.
wants to know, Permatex gasket remover takes off powder coat.
Right on. So you just layer it on and kind of let it eat and then
Just
wipe it off?
paint it on and go eat lunch, and come
Okay.
back and start scraping.
All right. Well,
And
and then once you get it off, you have to run a buffer over it or whatever. To
Nope,
polish it?
nope. I think that's probably one reason why mine come off so easy. It didn't look like anybody ever sanded them underneath. They were still shiny, but it works. We worked pretty hard on it, and it got them clean.
Okay. Good tip of the week right there.
That's tip of the week right there.
And all I can say to that is Larry being a bracket racer, I can't figure out what the heck. He fell and bumped his head, obviously. He doesn't understand what black wheels and black bumpers are used for.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but you got to make it look good,
When I come up behind him, I can see right where he is by them bumpers and wheels.
Oh, well, there you go. Is that when you're starting to throw potatoes at him or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We start chucking taters about the 3:30, and you hope you're in the right place at the end,
Cool.
Yeah, this is an educational show as well.
There you go.
You never know what you might learn here. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Kind of impressed. So you guys are rattling off names that or were on their watch, and I'm going, wow.
Yeah, they're coming in.
They make a guy feel special knowing some of those guys are sitting out there.
They're waiting. Yep. They're waiting. And before we get on to that, let's just a quick question for both of you. Just give me a highlight for 2024 at a Titans race.
A highlight of 2024?
Yes, sir.
Titans in 2024 was good. You know, did we get to go to Tahiti on the Prophets? No, we didn't get to do that. But you know, we at least had our ass skin hung on when we got done.
There you go.
You know, and you know the crazy thing, nobody, Larry can vouch for this. Every year we talk about, are we doing this shit again? You know, and you know, and then it comes around, and people start asking, and nobody ever expected this to be 7 years, and this will be the 7th season coming up, 2025.
Wow.
And you know, when the guys come up to you and they ask you if you're going to do it again, and then they go, you got to do this again. You got to do this again. You just let us know what you need to keep it rolling. You know, you know, you kind of got to think to yourself, well, apparently we're doing something a little bit right part of the time, at least.
Yeah.
And they like running the thing, and they want to keep doing it. So they're obviously having fun.
Sure.
And it certainly is always competitive, because once again, in 2024, the majority of the classes came down to the World Finals at Ozark to even decide who was the champion. And you know, and again, the Outlaw 10.5 class took the final to get a champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I think that might be, I have to go back and look, but that might be the 3rd year in a row that it took to the final round of the final race to have a champion.
Yeah. Hey, Al, are you adjusting your phone? You kind of vented out there a bit. There you go.
Yeah, I don't sit still. I'm moving around.
Yeah. It sounded like you covered the mic up or something for a little bit.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. We can still see it. Was just in a
phone charger in, so I can't hold it very well. The cord's hanging out of the bottom.
Right on. Larry, got anything to add to that? Your 2 cents?
My highlight for 2024 was just being here. Yes. And that was my highlight. And the rest of the year was just a bonus. And you know, I had all the health problems in the spring and didn't know what was going to transpire. I had no business being at Mid-America, but I was there anyways, and that was my highlight, just being able to be there.
Well said. Hey, we're glad you're here too.
Yep.
You never know what tomorrow's going to bring, right?
You never know.
Yep. That's it. Enjoy it while you can. Live in the moment.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
Larry had us worried there for a minute.
Everything good and in check and 100% now, Larry?
Yep. I go in. Yeah, everything's good. I go in this week. I get an EKG done, and but yeah, so far everything's really good. Feeling great.
Great.
Ready for 2025.
Great. Good luck on that test.
Absolutely.
Hey, make sure you study this week. You know.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, I probably overindulged at Thanksgiving. I'm sure they'll probably scold me a little bit, you know. So
sure. That sounds
only
good.
if you tell them, Larry.
Well, and I probably will. I'm an honest guy, so you know, refer back to the seatbelt story.
Yeah, you know, Larry, we get in the truck together, which isn't all that often, and I get stopped usually, and we get stopped over there. South of the airport in Joplin one night between our hotel room and Mocan, and the cop stops us, and he's got my license, and he says, did you have a seatbelt on? And I said, yes, sir, I did. And Larry's sitting in the seat next to me, and he goes, well, I didn't.
He didn't ask you.
And I just looked at him like, what in the hell is wrong with you? And the cop says, well, can I see your license too then? And so he gets Larry's license, and he goes back to the car, and I said, you're going to get a ticket. And Larry, I'm not. He ain't going to write me a ticket. And I said, he sure as shit is going to write you a ticket, buddy. I said, why did you tell him that? You know? Well, I'm just honest, you know. I said, he didn't even ask.
The cop rolls up, and Larry goes, hey, he's been drinking.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And me too. Yeah. I die every time I think about that. I said, why would you tell him that?
Yeah, there's $100.
Oh, yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, it was a good one. I'm
Awesome.
telling that story to Don Irwin one time. It's a while back. Well, I think last year on the way to PRI, maybe. I'm telling that story to Don Irwin. I thought he was going to fall out of the car at 70 miles an hour.
So I got a lot of good questions. You know, I know Gary does as well. Do you want to go ahead and wait a minute? What's Tammy saying? Tammy's saying something here.
That's TMI. Too much info.
TMI, that's what that's called. Yeah.
Here's real quick. Here's another comment. This is photography by Chesney. He says, "Hey guys, looking forward to another awesome Titans event at MoCan next year."
Nice.
She does a great job.
Yeah, she does. And she wrote a really neat article, too. I'm not sure where it was published. It was the local paper or where it was, but I'm pretty sure it was her anyway that wrote a really cool article about Titans and the upcoming event, you know. And so we thank her for that always, you know. We're glad to have her at MoCan, and she's welcome anywhere with us, you know. But I think she stays mostly at MoCan.
Okay, cool. Well, so yeah, sorry, go ahead, Jerry.
Yeah, Blake Hughes with 417 Motorsports. Everybody down there where you guys are at knows Blake and his fellas. He says he loves the program.
Well, good.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's always good to hear that from Blake. I'll take that as a compliment.
Yep, Blake's a good dude.
There's another one.
Oh, yes. We brought this up a couple weeks ago. Caleb Hall says, Al, congratulations on the Hall of Fame induction.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. My co-founders or whatever, I don't know what you want to call them, co-committee members. A lot of people don't understand there's 9 of us on that committee that do that. And I'm always there. I'm kind of the pseudo meeting leader, I guess is the word I'll use for that. Mm-hmm. And I missed, and it was the night we voted for 2023 actually, and they sent the ballots all over to me to count them, and they had said, well, being as you weren't here, we talked about you and decided that you should go in 2024. And I can't tell you, humbled and honored doesn't cover it, you know.
Congratulations.
Yeah. And then when you start thinking about it, you know, I start thinking about it and I'm going, I've been playing with this crap for almost 50 years.
Man.
You know, I went to the racetrack the first time in 1976. Wow. And been in and out of racetracks and playing with this stuff ever since, you know. Well, almost 50 years.
That is awesome.
Crazy.
And to be inducted by your peers, it sounds like that's saying a lot.
Yeah. It was an honor. It truly was an honor, and I thank them for that. And it was a lot of fun doing it. A lot of fun being at the ceremony and getting to speak a little bit. And I hope somebody had some takeaway, you know.
Yeah. Great pictures. So Gary and I, just to back it up, last year, basically 365 days ago, we saw you. We knew about you, but we kind of saw you at PRI, and you handed us this flyer right here.
Yep.
And so we were talking last week, and we're like, you know what? I think they're going to PRI again. Wonder if they could come on the show a couple days before Sunday and talk about what they got cooking. You know, I don't know if they're done yet. They got dates, if they got schedule rules. And then so that's why we reached out to you guys, and you jumped right in. So let's just kick that off. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I wish I could say I always want to take that schedule to PRI and be able to hand that to you guys. And I'm not 100% sure that I'll have a piece of paper to do that this year because it's all been changing so fast here in the last week that I'm glad I didn't print anything because we would have changed it 43 times, you know.
Yeah.
But it's all been good stuff.
There you go.
It's not bad stuff. It's all good stuff, and it's just starting to come together here.
Yeah.
And
well,
so
you got a good thing going. Everybody wants to get in. You know?
Well, yeah, and so I sent those notes to you, which you guys asked for, so we'd at least have notes.
Yep.
But to say that it's on an official flyer, I'm not quite there yet.
Yeah. You know, it's funny you say that because just to let everybody know, we got the notes. at like 2:00, and at 2:30 we got a Rev D. We got an update.
Yeah, got an edit. Hey, edit this,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Sure.
wow, bam. Okay. So
yeah, it's been a little bit wild, and
Yeah.
and I just, I was sitting in church this morning and got a text with the date for Centerville, and I went, well, okay, nailed that down.
Yeah. There you go.
Because that up until about 11 a.m. was kind of an open deal. I knew when we were going to probably have it, and I assumed it would probably come around, but it hadn't at that point, and so there was a piece just this morning, and then some pieces of the new Little Titan stuff has been falling together.
Good.
Just today, as a matter of fact.
Good.
And pieces of some of the index stuff fell into place this week. We were talking about different things with that, and had some things go on that told us where we were going. So it's all good. It's just been crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, let's catch a couple comments here before we run in with that. Melissa Morrow says, ready for dates to be released. I'd love to follow the Titans if I can.
Nice.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Well, we're going to talk about dates in about 5 seconds here, Melissa.
Yep, we are. Tammy Miller AG says, hey guys, ask Larry about losing to a girl. Just kidding, you buddy. Best 2024 for me.
She ain't gonna let go of that, Larry.
Man, we got a story.
Hey, Larry's not going to admit that like a seatbelt, though. Easy.
Yeah,
He probably would. He'd say, "Hey, if you ask him, oh yeah, I got beat by Tammy."
Yeah, there's a funny part to that story. I ran Titans at Ozark, and I worked all year getting my car back together, and had Wes had shown me speed, put the motor together for me. We heard some stuff earlier in the year, and so I told Al, I said, hey, I'm gonna run Titans at Ozark, because I hadn't had any laps in the car and had to get ready for bracket finals at Mocan, and so went out there and ran a personal best, went 496, and so I was pretty excited about that. So I find myself going to the final, and so in the final, my car loses power, shuts off. I think my my fuse panel, I think, has went bad in the car. It's an arc panel, ARC. I think it went bad. It was shutting off in the water. It shut off the water box at Mocan too. But the priceless part about that story is Tammy come over there. We kind of pit next to each other, and so I met Tammy in the final, and my car shuts off at 500 foot, and she takes a stripe 001, clean win. She's done a good job, good race, and she comes over and gives me a big hug at the trailer, and I told her, I said, good job. I said, enjoy that $1,000. Didn't even know she'd won $1,000. She's like, what? I said, enjoy that $1,000. You just won it, She couldn't believe it. So it was actually cool to see Tammy win that, because she's a very big supporter of ORP, and she's always there. And it was awesome to see her get that win.
Right on. That's
Cool.
a great story. Great story.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not only the race, but coming over and talking about it afterwards. That's a good time.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't
absolutely.
think Archie peeled her off the ceiling for about 5 days, to be truthful.
That's a fact.
She was pretty wound up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tammy started racing about 4 or 5 years ago, and she gets better every year, and she's become a tough draw in the bracket ranks for sure.
Sweet. Yeah. Hey Gary, I was gonna say I got a couple more in, but also Putnam, I think you got a text on your phone there, I was told. But go ahead and read that.
Barry Krevitz, if I'm saying that last name right, Krevitz. Barry says a group of us from around KC, Kansas City, is planning on making more Titans events this year. Always a good event. Clown Posse Racing, 4 of us, hopefully.
Nice.
Good deal. We like to have them.
What classes will 4 of you be in there?
Right on.
Not that it matters, but just curious minds want to know.
Sure.
And here's Blake again. Blake says we plan to hit all of the races in the 10-5 class this year with the Cutlass that will be debuted at PRI this week, and possibly see a little Sonoma back out too. And he's talking about Hammer Concept booth is where this Cutlass will be. Steve Hefner's car. Woo! It is a hot piece. I cannot wait to see it.
Well, if it's the Cutlass that I'm thinking it is, and it's been a while since I've seen it, but it's a cool ass car.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'll just compliment Blake if that's the car that I've seen in his shop before. It's been a while, but it's a cool ass car.
Yeah.
Cool.
I know Steve, and I had kept meaning to message him and ask him if he's gonna, race some heads up stuff in the Springfield area with the Titans, and Blake just answered that. So
there you go.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Steve West Show watching. He just chimed in. All right, thanks for everybody joining. Glad you guys got to see the schedule and everything.
That's all. We got all the info. That's all.
Yeah. Call when you get work, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or send a blank check.
Well, that always works too.
Yes.
We'll always
What's
take
Barry
money.
saying? Barry's answering your question there, Clown Posse.
Yeah, Barry says probably 4 different classes. One wants Outlaw 10.5, may have a limited 275, and I'm game for 580, he says.
There you go.
Awesome.
Get in where you fit in.
The only thing they're missing there is a little Titans car.
That's it. That's it. Cool.
That's awesome.
And everybody just goes, huh? What's little Titans?
What? Little what?
It's nothing. Whatever.
Well, do you guys want to start with the schedule or do you want to start with the rules?
Why don't we put the schedule out first?
Hey, there you go. Right here. What's a little Titans?
We can get to little Titans, but let's find out when we're going to race it. How's that?
Perfect. Let's do it. You guys are in charge.
You're looking for the date?
Did you make a printed or a page or anything to put up on the screen here, or did you not?
I just took your paper and it's your paper. So
well, that's all right. That's more than good.
Yeah,
we're gonna see your handwriting here.
Bam.
There you go.
There we go. Centerville Dragway, April 11 and 12. Mid-America Dragway at Arc City, May 2nd and 3rd. Mocan Dragway, June 13 and 14. August is still a little bit of a wild card. We're still working on that one. And Tulsa Raceway Park, September 5th and 6th. And Ozark for the World Finals, October 3rd and 4th.
Nice.
Awesome.
Great schedule. So on the August race, can you talk through who you're working with, or do you leave that alone?
I'm just going to leave it alone for now because it's nothing. It's just muddy at this point.
That's fair. That's fair. So back at Centerville, of course, Mid-America. I think this is your 3rd year there, if I remember right, maybe 2nd.
Yep, this will be the 3rd time at Mid-America.
And then Mocan, yeah, that'll work. And then Tulsa, this will be our 3rd time with there at Tulsa, me and Gary. That's what I met you guys.
Yep.
You're covered there. There you go.
Al, you're covering up your microphone again, buddy.
Oh, am I? Sorry.
Yeah.
There you go. So on this World Finals, is it double points or anything like that?
No, it's just another race.
Okay.
And we don't, the only caveat, it's 1 point for showing up.
Okay.
1 point per round win.
All right.
1 point per race for a record. And if you get the mile per hour or the ET and not the duo, it's a half a point each. And then 3 points at the end of the year for making all the races.
Oh, a little bonus. You go to all of
incentive there, yeah.
So there's just a hint of an incentive. And
yeah.
And you wouldn't have to do that. Not everybody does it.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty vital part most of the time.
Sure. Well, that must be how Frost got 85 points when everybody else had like 12.
Well, he's pretty consistent. He's pretty much going to the final all the time. So
yeah, that must be the secret to the sauce there.
Though
make that
the guys out there, I'll just tell them they're going to have to paint a target on that guy. but
Yeah.
he's tough. They
Yeah.
got their deal figured out, and they're tough, and they don't bobble. You know.
Yeah. Good team. Good team.
Yep. Some
Very
smart
good.
guys were doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. So just looking to the crowd here, I see a lot of people on. Any questions on that? I do see a comment if Gary wants to pull that up, but any questions on the schedule? You see that comment, Gary?
Which one?
I got you.
There's a lot of the new ones. Okay. Yep. Photography by Chesney says Titans at Flying H would be cool. Hint, hint.
Titans at Flying H would be cool.
Right on. Fair enough.
Nothing in August is going to be cool though.
No, but
It's going to be hot.
that would be a cool race.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
You know. That's all there is to that for right now.
Perfect. No, it's a good schedule.
Yeah.
So 6 races, it looks like, right?
Yep. And that's what we've done the last couple of years, 2 or 3 years anyway.
Very
Rodney, I already looked at the map to see how much of a drive that Centerville drive is. I done checked it out.
good. Okay. All
I
right.
checked it out a while ago. Yep.
Yeah.
It'd be a little bit for you guys, but it's not that bad, is it?
I don't think so.
About 6 hours, it looks like about 6.
It's going to be worth the 4 points, 1 for
Right.
showing up and then 3 if you do them all.
Yeah.
If it was a 20-hour drive, if you was just a few points shy, it's worth a bunch,
Sure.
Yeah. And it's a fun little place. Really is. It's mom and pop track, and it's super fun to go down there. Great people. Wayne and Patty Stiles are awesome people.
Yeah.
And we
Is
just
there a motel around there?
is there what?
Is there a motel around there?
In Russellville.
Okay,
Okay.
good to know.
I think the real question is there a Waffle House?
Oh,
Probably in Russellville.
There's one in Russellville. We stop there every time we go race there.
Man,
Is there, do we eat at Waffle House in Russellville?
Well, when we go down for the New Year's Day bracket race,
Oh, okay.
it's right there at 40 and Highway 7. You'll drive right past it.
Cool.
we're getting some little Titan stuff here.
I know. Look at old Ray said, getting close to God's country, come over to Centerville.
Well, that's what we leave Ray Parsons down there to round everybody up to go to that race,
Yeah.
Yeah, Zach West says maybe a class for a guy like me again, or I will be sitting out again this year. And Don Cole says, I want to be a little Titan. What is it? We'll get there. Hang on.
Yeah, this has got Zach West written all over it.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
I'm just gonna throw that out there right now. This thing has Zach West written all over it. Buy a diaper, buddy.
hint.
Zach, several years ago, Zach followed Titans pretty hard, and he had his little Capri, and that thing was pretty hot. And me and Al always said he was a showman of Titans because
He was.
every pass that car was on the bumper. You didn't know where it was going. The crowd loved it, and we really enjoyed Zach coming and racing Titans. And the little Titans is going to be, if he can get his car to where it was a few years ago, he's going to be a little Titans. He's going to be a little Titans killer.
Yep,
Awesome.
in the hunt.
Awesome. He's going to sell out all of his T-shirts.
But
Yeah.
Larry's 100% right. We had all kinds of cars, and they were fast at the time, which we thought was fast at that time. And Zach wasn't quite there. And that's not to insult him, because Zach is on a budget. He's a budget racer.
And he's one of the hardest working racers.
Yeah, he truly is. But people ran to the fence to see him. They truly did. And I don't know if he realizes that, honestly.
That is awesome.
But his little car was wild, and people ran to see it. It was cool. He was the star there for a while.
That's awesome.
Blake says, I used to line him up pointed crooked to get it to go straight.
Oh, Blake's letting out all the secrets.
Well,
That's right.
Blake needs to fix it. See, I complimented him a minute ago. I'm going to bag him now.
Man.
That makes it part of the excitement part of it,
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. Good. We got the
Schedule.
schedule out. So now we can move on to some of the classes. Some stay the same, some change a little bit, some brand new. So let's check it out.
Well,
Yep.
let's. I know these guys want to hear about Little Titans. I get that, but
yeah.
Just click on Outlaw 10.5.
Yeah,
there you go.
There it is.
No changes, but new sponsors, man. And I am just pee pants excited about this, and I know Larry is too.
Yeah.
You know, TNS Race Cars, Vaughn Trucking, and Everlast Construction all sponsoring Outlaw 10.5.
Nice.
And I can't tell all those guys how much we appreciate that.
So in case people don't know, TNS Race Cars, that's Goose and Tony and Ab. That's the whole Team Orange right there. And then, of course, Goose works at Vaughn's. So the Vaughn's dump trucking side, along with TNS Race Cars and Everlast Construction, that's Jason and Tabitha and Devin Brown. That's their construction company. So they're sponsoring Outlaw 10.5, which is a great deal.
Right. That is fantastic. New sponsors coming on. Now, we live one state over, so I just got to ask the question. It says no rule change, but we heard there was you were not going to allow orange Camaros in the class.
I'll make the public statement right here to that as a co-CEO.
Right.
That must be some kind of Kansas bullshit you're hearing.
Yeah. Is that a Goose thing?
Maybe that's a Goose thing. Maybe it's Missouri bullshit you're hearing. I don't know.
There might be some small print there you can't, so you got to get real close and read that.
Yeah.
In fact, now that you say that does sound a little bit like Goose.
Oh yeah,
but it's his car he'd be talking about, so it doesn't make sense.
That's what I'm saying. I almost brought my TNS shirt out here, throw on real quick.
You better be careful though, Rod, because if you talk too much about it, Goose will let the air out of your golf cart tires.
I know. I'm still looking for my gloves he stole from me walking down the pit. Anybody missing any gloves? Just walking around. Anybody missing any gloves? I was like, he goes, so you guys don't want these gloves? They red light.
Look, I found some gloves on Marketplace.
Yeah. That's awesome. Super excited. Great job, guys. Go out and get those sponsors.
I'm going to recant and say I think that probably was some Kansas bullshit rumor there.
I think you're right. You're right.
We can't confirm or deny.
They don't tell me that stuff. I just hear it like from you guys.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Throwing that under the bus.
Larry and I are the last to know usually.
Yeah,
that's the way it works.
Speaking of that, and I'm going to get Gary Spaniak to help me with this because it was his suggestion. We need to start a page for you racers to fling turds on. So I'm going to have to look into that and see how you do that. And and Gary is good with that stuff. So I'm going to be contacting him to help me do that. So you guys can throw those dog turds all week long,
There you go.
That sounds like fun.
It does sound like fun. And, Gary and Jake Mason, they're the CEO of the pit party, it looks like.
There you go. They're good on that, always.
The Boil Masters.
That's right.
Yeah.
I seen a couple guys upside down.
Yes. with the beer.
Yeah. All right, Gary, what's the next one?
Next, we got Limited 275. Woo!
Well, Show Me Speed 8.5's ahead of them there, beside them actually. But Show Me Speed, West Choate once again the sponsor on Outlaw 8.5, and no changes there except that they can have the drag radial.
The 235.
Yep.
Okay.
So that I'm curious to see where that goes.
Right on.
And I'm curious to see what West Choate does with that.
Okay. There you go. So let's stay with that one for a second. Go back, Gary. So the Outlaw 8.5, the only thing that was added is you're going to allow the drag radial.
Yep.
Right. All right.
Otherwise its rules are all the same. Factory roof and quarters, no wheelie bars, 8.5, 26 slick, or 235/60 drag radial.
Okay. Power adders unlimited, motors unlimited.
Outlaw 8.5, buddy.
There it is. Outlaw 8.5.
So we're going to go on record and say it right now. you know, putting them on the radial, guys, we had a lot of comments. A lot of people all last year say, man, if you guys would allow 8.5, you know, on the radial, we'd come play. Guys, here's your chance. Outlaw 8.5 has got to make it. It's got to stand on its own. So you wanted radials, you got it. Come support and come be a part.
All right. So okay.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what the talk is all about, right?
Right on.
Yep.
All right. Gary, got some comments coming in from Zach West. That's good stuff there. So when you say stand on its own, will this be its own class? Is that what you're saying, Larry?
The rule set will be its own rule set.
Yep.
You set your car up. If you want to run the 8.5 tire, you run the 8.5 tire, and that's the rules to run the 8.5 tire. And as we move on here, we'll tie this all together at the end.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yep.
All right. Anything on the 8.5? You guys good?
Run what you brung.
Run what you brung, and either slicker or drag radial, either one.
Mm-hmm.
That's about the only rules to it, you know. And then limo land limited 275.
All right.
And there's no real changes there either, other than a little bit of wording, a couple little things. The rules before said back half only.
Mm-hmm.
And just to clarify, back half only indicates that there is a factory steel floor.
Okay. Factory floor, factory firewall, steel doors, steel, correct? Steel.
Yep. Everything's the same, and that's the rules that it was before. Mm-hmm. It was back half only. But just to clarify that, so nobody has any questions, back half only indicates that the factory floor is still there. You know, you put a cross member in it, put your back half in it, and you cut the back out, but the front from the cross member forward still has the floor.
Right on. Okay, good discussion.
Nobody questioned that. I don't think anybody questioned that, and we didn't have anybody that was a problem. Just kind of trying to head off a potential thing before we start, you know.
Well, we got a question right here, so let's hear it.
There's Wes. Wes says factory floor to behind the driver's seat, question mark.
You can call it behind the seat or to the cross member, whether it be ladder bars or 4-link.
Yeah. Okay. The cross member is the key there.
Yeah. When I did back halves, we cut the floor off and put the cross member against it.
Okay.
Yeah. But it would have to be at least behind the seats, at least.
Right. Okay. Good.
You know, but I don't know why you'd put a back half in a car and then have to fill a hole in that's 6 inches wide. You know.
Right.
Why not make a correct cut and put the cross member right against the floor? You know.
Got it.
But that's just me.
No, that's good. So staying with this one for a second, I see a note too. It says must drive to the lanes.
Yes, and nitrous guys can thank us. We heard them. My pat answer to so many things is no, and I make the joke about all I ever say is no. But I understand the nitrous guy's plight, having to read plugs and all of that hoorah stuff. I get it. So you got to drive them to the lanes. You can tow them back.
Okay, so that's an adjustment. You can tow them back.
Yep.
All right, good.
What's the plan when you drive to the lane and you're to the back of the lanes? What's the advancement process then? Do you have to continue to drive it up to the water box?
I think so, Larry. What do you think?
I mean, you drive it to the lanes,
You're in the lane. What you're saying, Gary? You're in the lane.
Yeah, you got a space from the back of the lanes to the front of the lanes. Do you have to drive?
I'm gonna disagree with you on that, Al. I think if they drive to the lanes and they get to the lanes, you know, you got cars with no alternators. They're on lithium batteries. You know, it's start stop. So I think if they drive to the lanes, they can. My opinion, they should be able to tow them to the water box, but drive to the lanes. Because I think you're going to run into an issue with no alternators and especially nitrous guys fouling plugs on a start stop situation.
Oh, good point.
High compression.
Yep.
we'll have to.
We'll discuss that.
Yeah, not locked in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair. But here's a question from Ray. We'll keep it going. Can you push by hand once you get into the lane?
Yeah, you could push by hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the big part of that is I think we're getting caught up on stuff that, this has always been the rule.
Yeah.
We're just relaxing it as far as having to drive it back.
Fair enough.
Right.
Fair enough. So more to come. More to come on that.
Yeah. So and we'll tighten that up and clarify that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to think about that one.
All right.
Here's a
Not
question
telling
from
Larry he's wrong. I just want to think about it.
No, then that's it's all on the spot. You don't have to make a decision right now. We're not ready tomorrow.
Yeah, but the point of the conversation is we've loosened it up where you can pull them back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's all good. And I'm assuming you can do maintenance in the lane, right? If you want to top off your tank or
Oh yeah, I don't care
Yeah.
about that.
top, change plugs, whatever.
Change plugs. That's what Darren's asking. Can you change plugs in the lanes?
Yeah, we're not trying to make this like a street car, drive your car 30 miles type of thing. That's not the point. The point was just to differentiate it from the outlaw guys, outlaw 10,
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, there's a guy named Goose. He's watching. All
Yo,
right.
I know he is.
I coasted. He told me I coasted. I felt I drove the whole way, but he was like me and Frost. He's like, I saw the last 10 feet, you were coasting. So, got him
Well,
on.
that's coasting's no different than pushing it by hand.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
Hey, here's another scenario. Darren says nitrous tow to the lanes.
No,
Question mark.
You got to drive it.
Gotta
drive
drive.
it.
Drive
We're,
to the left.
we're letting you tow it back, buddy.
Right. No, and that's good. There might be a little incident or something. You need to tow it back. That's all good stuff. Don't get anybody out. If you want to drive it back, drive it back.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah.
But the nitrous guys, they tell me, and I don't know, I'm not a nitrous guy,
Sure.
but they tell me they can't read plugs. So
Fair.
I get that. If you got to read plugs, you got to have plugs you can read.
Yeah. Hey, when I was in Texas, during the shutdown, my car started making a noise. I shut it off. And at that point, I would have had to make a decision if I'm going to drive it back with the noise or if I'm going to get my push cart. So that this moving forward is going to help that situation.
Yeah.
And we got back. All we had to do is change a quick push rod, and we were in the next round. So
Yep. And there have been times already in the past where the guys did tow back because they had to, parts breakage or whatever, and they lost that point, And I don't ever like to be the heavy or the bad guy, but sometimes you just got to say, Larry and I, in all honesty, at the end of the day, all we got is our minimal rule set. And if you fudge on it, you just fudge everything forever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it has to be the letter of the law.
Yeah.
And we try to make it as clear as possible and eliminate all the questions. And it's virtually impossible to do that too, but we try our best to make it pretty clear and pretty clean cut,
Yeah. No, you guys do a fantastic job.
And then say, you know what? Hey, if you towed back and you're not allowed, I'm sorry, but it's not around. It's not a point,
Yeah.
That's just how it has to be. So anyway, if nobody else is questioning, I think I'll move on.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to use the word sadly. I don't know how I want to.
What adjective?
Yeah, what adjective to use on this? But the trick here, 8.5 has their set of rules.
Okay.
Limited has their set of rules.
Mm-hmm.
But these cars will run together in eliminations. They will chip draw together for eliminations.
I see. So will they qualify together or?
No, we'll run them separate.
Yeah. Okay.
They'll be behind each other. One, So yeah, they're sort of going to qualify together, but we don't really qualify because it's all chip draw.
Exactly. So it ain't like a ladder or something.
No,
but everybody will be in the same bucket or whatever.
Yep, everybody will draw out of the same bucket for eliminations.
Okay.
And hopefully we'll have an 8 or 10 car field that way.
You bet. And then so then the outlaw guys will run in eliminations, and then the next bag will be the limited 275 and the 8.5 guys or the 235s.
Yep.
And put all in the same chip and
Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
They will draw however many chips together.
All right. Good. What's
So Rodney, your limited legal car will race an Outlaw Joey Heichel big block twin turbo car.
on
Well, you can't. Well, yeah, theoretically.
No, I mean, well,
Eliminations.
yeah, to that point, I think what Gary's saying is like, I don't even know who to say, Phillips's car. You know, if he puts 26s or 235s, he would run in limited with the limited 275 guys.
Yeah, they'll run together.
Okay.
In through eliminations to find a winner.
Yes.
Right. So there'll be one winner between the two classes.
Yeah, one payout.
Huh. Interesting. What was the reason?
Should that probably have a new name? Maybe, but I don't know what you'd call it. So,
well, it's a little. I mean, I'm learning it now, so I'm just trying to stay with it. And should it be one class? I mean, as far as a name.
Well, it probably should, but I don't know what you'd call it. So they tell me that this is what Vamp used to do years ago, that they actually had 2 or 3 combinations that you could run in one class. And you had your individual rules for each combination.
I see.
What was the reason for not leaving them separate versus doing it this way?
Car count.
Okay, fair enough.
So just trying to, because going back to what Larry was saying, stand on its own, the 26 or the 235 guys. Are you needing more cars to come into the program? It sounds like what I'm hearing.
Yep.
Let's
Yep.
combine them out.
Yep.
Because we averaged what 4 cars in limited all year,
I was looking for my book.
and
here.
then
I tell hold on,
3 or 4 and 8.5. So
Yeah, just try to make a fuller field. It sounds like.
yep.
yes,
If you hang with me 1 second, and I'm bobbling around here.
Roddy, this is a comment for you.
Here we go.
Goose says, so it's okay if Hot Rod coasts his 100 yards.
Well, he's going to have to get a run going at it.
Yeah. I thought about covering lanes there, right? I don't know. Is he talking about going down the strip? That's funny.
You're gonna get up on the chip in the staging lane and let her rip.
Let her rip, tater chip. That's funny.
Yep. Anyway, 2024 averages, class average, 8.5 had 4 cars average, limited had 7.
Okay.
Average, and the lows in each class, lowest car count 8.5 was 4, and the lowest limited class was 5. So it's too hard to make that stand alone.
Yeah. No,
Right.
Hey, let's do it. Hey, let's go race.
On a guaranteed payout. Now, if we want to talk about that, we can talk about it, but I don't want to do that. I really don't.
Sure.
I'd rather keep a guaranteed payout.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you look back over the course of the year, those cars virtually run the same speeds and ETs.
Sure.
They are locked together. So there's no advantage there.
No, it's going to be fun. And I like it too, where it's going to go. It sounds like it's going to go right behind the Outlaw guys. That combined class.
Yeah.
So that's good. Oh, good.
Which group will go behind the Outlaw, the Limit or the 8.5 cars?
They'll chip draw together.
Yeah, it'll be combined.
In just testing or whatever.
Oh, in testing they can go. It'll be 8.5 and then limited in testing.
Okay.
Which means very little in my mind, anyway.
Yeah, no, I hear you. The only thing, just to stay with that, and I'm not a trackologist like the Harpers are, but we were talking about this on the side. You would think you'd want the slicks to go as far back as possible because they need more slippage apparently, or less traction to make it work, is how he explained it. So I don't know. I'm not here to debate.
Yeah, no. But in the case of the 8.5 guys, they need everything they can.
Okay.
And that's the run order we've always ran was 10.5, 8.5, and limited.
Perfect.
So nothing new about that run order.
Perfect. And then just gets eliminations. We all run together, pull it back.
Yep. We'll call both classes up and you pull into the lanes, and we'll chip draw everybody as one, and you'll match up, be paired up.
Cool. Troy A's got a question, Gary.
Yep. Troy says Pro Bracket Radio 26 8.5. Is that good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there one? I didn't know. I just don't keep up on that stuff. But yeah, PBR is fine.
I don't think there is a PBR in that setup. The if he's talking about the the radio there. It's just that's just one type of radio that they have, I believe.
Yeah, because you can run a PBR in 10.5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not aware of them making a PBR in 8.5. I don't know. I could be wrong.
And staying with that for a second, in limited 275, you can run a PBR 28. That's the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you can run a PBR over there too.
Yeah. Corey Spaniak's got a good question.
Yep. Gary says it sounds good, and until someone runs away with it, should be fun and competitive.
And that's just it. If somebody goes nuts and runs away with this thing, then we'll have to look at it.
Yeah.
But so far in 6 years of Titans, no one has really done that.
Yeah.
The classes have always been competitive, and I can sit down here, and we've looked at this and looked at it since midsummer, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And I've looked at run sheets, and these cars run virtually the same.
Yeah. I'm going to piggyback on Corey Spaniak here. And I don't know if you guys know this, but during the Outlaw Armageddon, they mistyped Gary's name to Corey. We call Corey all the time. That's why I keep saying that.
Well, good, because I was thinking, how can I politely tell you guys this?
Yeah. So we're all joking around over here. Anyway.
Well, good to know before I said something stupid.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Corey Spaniak said, I think we should test together. And to piggyback on that, I agree with that because
and that's
put it together. And the reason why is because you know how it is. You're racing someone, and just to see him in the elimination side, because if you're paying attention, you're watching things that the other person's doing or not doing.
Yeah.
And so it just gives you that, like, okay, let me run with this person and see how it goes. And also, no joke, we're going out of town to race new people. If I just want to race the same old person, I just stay, you know what I mean? And
I actually think they should test together as well.
I'm not against it.
Yep.
I'm not against it. And here's the deal. And the bottom line is we're trying not to eliminate 8.5.
Right.
Let's just call it what it is. I'll just be honest. And if that makes somebody mad, well, I'm sorry, because that's not my intent. But we brought the 8.5 back a few years ago, and Larry will tell you that I not only said no, but hell no. And we figured out a way to do it, and it's been successful, It just hasn't drawn a car count, and it's a tough class. I'm not taking away from anybody. It's a tough class. I think personally it would be tougher than running 10.5 myself, but I don't know anything about it. I don't do it and never will. But we just hated to give up on it again.
I think I'm all in, and great comments coming in. And the only feedback, if maybe so people don't get confused, is to have it one name, whatever that is.
Well, and I think Larry, I'll speak, but I think Larry would say the same thing. Somebody give me a catchy name for it, and we'll call it one thing.
Sure. No, that's good.
I just when we started in on the year and we started in with this idea, I didn't want to make it harder to explain than it is.
Sure.
And
that's why we're having this program right now.
And so
I'll be honest. This is something that me and Al has talked. It's like, how do we keep 8.5 in the program? Because we don't want to get rid of any cars. How do we keep them included? And this is about the best case scenario we come up with. Because I mean, the 8.5 cars that come, I mean, the quality cars. I mean, they're fast. The spectators like to see them. They're good people. They're sponsors. They're friends. I mean, we don't want to exclude nobody. And this is like the best case scenario that we could come up with and still keep. Because I mean, you know, even Al and I, we're bracket racers. We love going to a big race that has guaranteed payouts, and that's something we want to maintain is that guaranteed payout.
You bet. Hey,
And that was the way to do it.
And I wouldn't tell you that we've lost sleep over it, but we've talked about it a lot.
Oh yeah.
And flung turds back and forth about it a lot.
Yeah.
And if anybody thinks that Larry and I don't do that, we do.
Oh yeah.
We don't always agree.
Right.
No.
You got to go back to that Mexican restaurant again and sit down.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
Don Cole has a question I'm going to bring in, but what I was thinking about before you answer that is, if you keep it separate classes, would it be separate points? You know,
It's one set of eliminations.
right? So it's one class.
Yeah.
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 So it just answered our question.
Yeah. It took me just a second. I had to think about that for just 1 second.
Yeah. What's Don saying, Gary?
Don Cole's question is, so do the 8.5 cars have to drive to the lanes like the limited cars? Same class, same rules?
No. Each set, the tire dictates what your rules are.
There you go.
Sounds good. Good answer. Good question.
And I know somebody's going to think that's unfair. I get it. I already hear it coming, you know.
There you go. There's a good name right there. That's exactly.
Yeah.
75 or 8.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like Radio versus World almost.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Biggie Smalls class.
Biggie Smalls.
Smalls. That's big.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Al and I will just make up we'll just post up on the Titans page for a class name, and then we'll see what everybody's got, and then a few days we'll sit down and the best name we'll get the class title name. You know.
I love it. I love it.
I can't see it, but how many people are on here live right now, guys? I know the number is on there somewhere, but I think it's covered up on my screen.
So
I got 41.
We got 41 on that, and we got 35 on Facebook. So
okay, so
yeah, we got a good crowd.
Yeah, pretty good crowd. So the people that probably the people that's really concerns are probably on here.
Yeah,
what I'm asking about.
Yeah. No, and it sounds like you're knowing the names too when we're pulling them in.
Yeah.
Cool. No, that's great.
So that's something that's, I get it. It's weird. It's weird, but I don't. What else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
But anyway, on to something more fun.
All right, let's go to the next one.
Foreman Mechanical Services, Lil Titans.
Boom.
Ooh.
Yes.
All right.
You got it put up there.
Go ahead. We got it.
Tire sizes, same as a 10.5 class, same as Outlaw 10, same as Limited 275. Run the 275/60 radial, run the 10.5 28 slick, run the PBR, no W's. And this is a 5.0 to 5.30 max ET limit. And that ET limit will be drawn from a chip bag on Saturday morning.
Okay.
So it's heads up.
Right.
It does have a breakout, but the number, the max ET, will be drawn from a chip bag on Saturday morning. And of course, you got to have a diaper, but other than the tire and the diaper, there's really no rules.
No throttle stops, no delay boxes.
Yep. 400 Pro Tree, no stops, no delay.
All right. Very cool.
And you've already got Zach's attention. This class is exactly what we needed. I'm ready to get back in the car and go racing.
I knew you'd love it, Zach.
I might do this. I might be for me too.
Hey man, they're doing this stuff around the country right now, down south, and they're pulling in cars. They had a class like this down at Ennis at the Motorplex, and they had 40 plus cars in it. They had a class like this down at Outlaw Armageddon, 32 plus cars in it. This is
I've heard it's wild and,
Yeah.
and it's good. And some people have said, well, they're not doing the number thing like we are, but I just thought that would make it fun.
Yeah. And there's a lot of cars out there that can run in that range, you know?
Yep. And all you got to do is tap on that computer a little bit, or figure out, short shift it a little bit, or I don't know, whatever you need to do. All the combinations are different on how you tune them, but there'll be 2 rounds on Saturday, just like always.
Yeah.
So 2 rounds to figure it out on Saturday, and then we'll go to eliminations.
Oh man, it's going to be great.
And chip draw.
And like I say, we're gonna, we're not pulling the index time on Friday night during testing. It will be on Saturday morning.
It'll be
so
Saturday
you can come make your hits on Friday night, but Saturday we're gonna pull the ET out of the bag.
Okay. That sounds good.
And the reason the reason for that is we can't set it on Friday night and have guys getting 2 extra passes to figure it out when there's people that may come in Saturday morning.
Exactly.
It's got to be fair. Got to be fair across the board.
Yeah.
And it got to have everybody on the property, and then pull the chip for what the ET limit is.
Very good. All right, let's take a time out. Gary, these comments are blowing up. So let's go through and just these are all good comments. So
yeah. Melissa Morrow says that will be fun. There's some interest there. Nick Weaver's, I was ready for this. Zach, he says he missed Titans in 24, but he'll be there in 25. Jason Cypress says, sounds like a class for me.
Yeah, Jason will be right there as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, here's another. Conyer Holland, Little Titans, here we come.
I guess I don't know who that is. I can't read it either. What does it say? Conyer?
Conyer.
H-O-N, last name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The print's so small on my phone, I can't read them. So
no worries. That's why we're here.
You got
a lot of good energy right out of the gate.
Me and Al was talking earlier. It's like, especially for the Little Titans deal, you get everybody there Friday night, making their passes, and then, Saturday, it's going to be fun because we're gonna watch these. I think the tuners are going to shine in this Little Titans class, because Saturday morning, the first 2 test hits, it's going to be just chaos. Trying to find their tune up, and
it will be a little bit of chaos,
and it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah,
it will be a little bit crazy, but hey, if you're a tuner, get your damn business card made, because here's where you're going to show people that you can tune. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. Hey, time out. So 5:0 to 5:30. Is that like 5:10, 5:20, 5:30? Because before you answer, at Extreme in Texas, they did 490 to 5:20, and
right.
And 498.
This will have 30 chips in the bag.
All right. So it could be an odd, 512.
Yep.
Absolutely.
It could be any number.
Yeah, there you go.
And I'll find some kid. We'll find a kid on Saturday morning or somebody around there. And I think, and maybe I'm just taking this a little too far, but I just, again, like we've talked about, I want this thing to be fair. And so I think what we'll do, I'll find some kid and we'll film him pulling the chip out of the bag.
There you go.
That's
so
cool.
Anybody ever wants to question where that number came from, we'll have it. We'll have a video of it.
There you go.
And like I say, we plan on having, it's no secret, a 5-flat small tire car. That's a serious car making serious power.
Yeah, it's a badass car.
And so, we got, these guys are going to roll in, and it's going to be a tuner's game. It's going to be, it's a heads up. It's a heads up class. That's the way we're treated, even though it's on a floating cap. It's a shootout class. These guys are coming. They're coming to play for keeps. So we're excited about it.
Oh, it's awesome. So it's 400 pro tree. Okay, we're racing.
Yep.
Let's say the cap's just for easy stuff here, 520.
Yep.
And we're racing.
Mhm.
We both break out. I go a 19. Gary goes an 18. Who's going to win?
Nobody.
Nobody wins?
Nope.
Okay.
No winner.
No winner at all. Okay.
No winner. Double breakout.
And you're
Double
going to
breakout.
both of you.
Huh?
And both of you go to the trailer, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Okay. Yes, sir. There you go. There you go. You better be throwing taters.
if you're a fender behind, you better chuck some taters.
There you go. That's
Yep.
exactly right.
If you know you can't get your nose around front, you better
Yeah.
chuck a tater.
Yeah, is that what they call pushing them through? I've heard these little terms. So I
Know
don't
what?
While you're kind of pushing him through, you're letting him take the stripe.
Yeah, if you can't get there bracket wise, if you can't get there and you get to the mile per hour cone and you're going, I'm not going to get around him.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Mile per
Where'd you
hour,
go?
half of that 66 foot and start chucking taters.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Cool. What you got from a couple more comments here, Gary?
Yep. Zachary Wilson says, I absolutely love the new class ideas. Hopefully I can get the pleasure to do what I love to do for this race one more time.
There you go.
Who was that?
Cool.
Zach Wilson?
Yep.
Zach Wilson. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, he's on the starting line.
There you go.
Yeah, Zach's the starter at ORP, does an excellent job.
We ain't replacing him.
There you
No.
go. So we got another question come in. It's Matt Ray. And if you can pull out Gary, and I was thinking about this too. Can you guys start talking about payouts in each class, or do you need some time for that first?
They'll be what they were always. We try to make just about everything guarantee 1,000 to win. And then like last year's flyer, there was a couple caveats for low car counts, but
so the new little Titans will be 1,000 to win. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. And runner up, pay back a couple spots, or
pay at least semis.
okay. That'll work.
And depending on car count, again.
Right.
And I don't have that flyer here in front of me. I just got the flyer with the rules in front of me to tell you what it was. But I want to say last year, didn't there have to be 5 cars to pay runner up, I believe?
Yes. Yeah, we always guarantee the winner, but it kind of gets, after the winner, it's based on car count because, you can't pay back we'd love to pay back every car, but it's just financially we can't do that.
Yeah. And so back to limited and outlaw, this is a bonus for them. We get those guys where they're into an 8-car or 10-car field, all of a sudden there's more money.
Yeah. Okay.
Look at it the other way. There was several times, at least an 8.5, that the runner up didn't get anything. And
Right.
I hate that too, man. I get it. It
Yeah.
costs a lot to go to the track and race, and 4 cars. I mean, you got to look at it from a number standpoint. I always say you try to pay 25% of the cars.
Okay.
That's just kind of a lumpy round number, but you like to have 25% of your cars get some payout. Well, 4 cars, that's one guy. That's a winner.
Yeah.
And until you have 8 cars, 25% isn't even 2 cars. You know what I'm saying? If you follow my math there.
Yeah.
And so it just gets hard to pay some of that when it's a 4-car deal.
Sure. No, we get it. It's we're just, I'll speak for myself. I'm just glad you guys are doing this so I have somewhere to race. So, Yeah.
And nobody's running for money here. It's nobody's making.
Here in a couple of years, we'll get into politics. You know what I mean? That's why you're doing it.
Well, there you go. And then we can talk about that for hours and how that money comes from, where it comes from. And
Exactly.
oh, did I say that out loud? I'm back on the watch list now.
There you go.
the three heads up classes we just talked about, the 10-5, all them classes we just talked about, including this little Titans. Will the buyback option be come back?
Yes.
2025 again, all the
Yes.
classes.
Yes.
Okay.
That nobody likes that, but it was successful.
Well,
You
did you
know?
get feedback?
The guy that goes out likes it.
What's that?
The guy that goes out first round likes it.
Well, sure. And the
Yeah.
guy that had to put him out doesn't. You know, it's normal drag racing. We're all winners and losers, and it's a 50-50 deal. So again, I'm kind of a numbers guy, you know, and it's 50-50. One wins, one loses. So yeah, the guy that went out first round loved it. The guy that won, not so much. But it really, in all honesty, to all the racers, that buyback thing changed things for Titans.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Put some money in the kitty, and like Devin Brown told me in the staging lanes, he's like, "Hey, it's just another test pass. Let's go. You know, get back in."
Yeah.
And I'm good with that.
Well, it makes it so that we can go to maybe that bigger track.
Yeah,
I'm just going to leave that lay right there.
No, I get it.
Because just read into that how you want to read into that. But it makes the possibility exist for going to a bigger track.
Sounds good.
Yep.
With that open August date.
With that open August date.
Hint, hint.
I'm connecting all these dots up here. You know what I mean? I'm just connecting the dots.
Well,
It's become less fuzzy.
If anybody's got any pull away.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know if you're talking to me, but I'm gonna go call somebody.
I'm talking to everybody.
Yeah, I know exactly who to call.
I'm talking to everybody.
So cool. Well, anything else on Little Titans? We gonna move on to the next one?
I think we pretty much got it. If you've got all the questions nailed there.
Well, quick, but I do want to add that Little Titans, new sponsor, Russell Foreman sponsored Titans for years. The past couple of years he didn't do it. He just came. He would just focus more on the racing of it. He's back on board this year. Special thanks to Russell and Debbie Foreman Mechanical Services for stepping up and
to sponsor this thing.
Sponsor this class. When we very thank them a lot. It's wonderful having them back on board.
You bet.
Awesome.
Great family. Met them.
Yep.
Teams, 2-car team. You know, out there working. Never say quit.
Yep.
Those great.
And I think
what a lot of people don't know is it's actually a 3-car team because Debbie Foreman's building her Chevy truck to get back on the racetrack soon. So Debbie is a killer bracket racer. If you guys didn't know that, she's a good racer.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's probably not in the kitchen looking at the boys saying, "Are you going to the track again?"
No, she's punching Russell in the face and say, "Get my Pro Tree No Box truck done."
There you go.
And telling James probably to heat up his own burrito.
Yeah.
There you go.
And get them soldiers ready.
That's right. All 12 cases of them.
Sorry, I dropped my crap on the floor here. Got to pick it up a minute.
No worries. All right. Anything else on Little Titans? We'll move to the next one.
But Larry beat me to it. Was about the sponsors and all of them. We've tried to mention them as we went along here. I hope we've not missed anybody so far. But all of those guys we've been talking about, this wouldn't happen without all you guys. That's all there is to it. You know.
No, that's exactly right. All the businesses keeping it going and help promoting this. The car's coming. Get some butts in the seats and just make a good show.
Yep.
And non-class sponsors, but actual series sponsors, guys. I'm going to tell you right now, we could not do it without D&J Components, David Gott and Christy, and D&J Components and Marco Automotive. They're our title sponsors. If it wasn't for those, Titans wouldn't happen at all. They're very gracious. We just couldn't do it without them.
Nice.
Yeah, and we really don't get to talk about those two entities and those two businesses that much because we always focusing on class names and rattling those things off. I tell Mikey all the time when he's announcing in the tower at these races, sponsors, say the sponsors' names on the classes, and D&J and Marcos get missed on that because they're a series sponsor. So wouldn't exist without them.
Right. Sounds good.
And the rest of this really is not any big changes other than sponsor changes, and the next in line is Heinlein Diesel and Machine for Pro Tree No Box.
Right on.
Which is new for us too, and we're excited about them.
Heinlein's got that. They got a new shop over there in Rogersville, and they do a lot of machine work for Show Me Speed. They done machine work on my engine. Their customer service and their quality guys is second to none. So they work on all diesel stuff, trucks, cars, build engines. They got all brand new Rottler machine equipment, and it's the stuff that they do out at Heinlein's is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, well said. Well said. All right. No change. Pro Tree No Box. Here we go.
Yeah. And that's always a big class too, and a lot of fun. And
Good.
we hope the guys keep coming.
You bet.
For that one. It's always well attended. And next are 2 index classes, 580 index, no changes, but new sponsors.
Okay.
PTC Trucks and Crafton Pump Service, both stepping in to help with 580 index.
Nice. You guys have been putting in work. All I hear is new sponsor, new sponsor. I mean, you guys have been in work.
It's that sad puppy dog face that I have.
You're in the Hall of Fame. I mean, how can you say no? That's awesome.
Well, I tell you, it makes you feel pretty good when people come up and say, I need to get involved in this, man. We've been doing this. We've been running with you. And I see how, you guys work this pretty hard and it's fun. We're having a good time, and that's what we're about, is having a good time, making this fun for people, and just come race, And so it's really cool when either we ask them or they ask us, even better, that they want to be included, But yeah, PTC Trucks and Crafton Pump Service on 580 index. And I don't know, Larry, I don't know 580. Well, we had Draeger sponsored it a couple of years ago with Truck Guts. And then last year, 580 didn't have a sponsor at all. So welcome to those guys.
Absolutely.
I hope they're listening. I would assume they maybe are, and I hope so. And there's a lot of talk amongst those guys, the guys at PTC and Crafton, about new 580 cars. So I hope that's the case as well, that there's cars out there that are looking towards that and running that, and just coming to Titans to have a good time.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about. Got a question, Gary?
Yeah, Wendy Martin has a question. She says 580s still instant green?
Yes.
All right. Very good. Very good. Good question.
Oh, and while we're talking about that, because this is both indexes.
Okay.
The complaint, I'll just call it what it is. The complaint is about people guessing the tree. And so here's what I'm going to say to address that. And listen carefully. Guessing the tree is a part of that. It happens. That's how people run it. If you choose to run it that way and you choose to guess the tree, just know that you're going to live by that sword and die by that sword. And anybody that does it knows exactly what I'm saying here.
Yeah.
And with that said, there will be a new concerted effort to teach the starters at each track how to stagger up the tree drop and the tree count. And the starters listening, if Zach's on here still, he knows what I'm talking about, because it's a manual start, that you don't get a 3-bulb timer and you don't get all that crap with a instant green. So there will be a newfound effort to train the starters at each individual track how to stagger their count. And if I cannot feel confident that the starters don't understand, I will take the switch. And nobody wants that.
Right on. Well said.
Nobody wants me tripping the tree
Yeah, that was loud and clear.
because I'll burn you
Wow.
down or I will short tree you.
Right
You
on.
won't guess me if I'm the starter. So
You heard it here.
Yeah.
there you go. Am I overstating that, Lair?
No,
No.
Yeah.
Not at
Nobody
all.
wants me on that switch.
no. Basically, we're not gonna say just, and Al's being a little dramatic there, but it just no. We're just gonna let the starters know at each track that, you know, whether you hold them for one or you hold them for two or whatever, you just switch it up between rounds, switch it up between each race,
Well,
and
switch it up between cars.
Yeah.
between cars. That way, people's not watching and trying to guess, because you know how it is. Starters, they get their routine, and it's boom, 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 boom. We're asking them to not have that same routine every race, just
Right.
between cars. Hold it an extra or quick drop it. Either one. Just and as a racer, 0.5 is huge if you're guessing, or even if you're racing on the bulb. 0.5 is huge. So I mean, that's all they've got to modify that. Just so we asked them to just be random in their switch throwing.
Yeah. And what I mean by that is everything from a 1 count to a 5 count.
Yep.
Right.
And if,
You asked
if anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, they can ask the question or see me at a race, and I'll tell you what I mean by that. But let's see, what's Zach saying there? That's Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
He was here and he's here watching. So he says, he's on it.
Yeah, and Zach does a pretty good job. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. I don't even worry about him or have to explain it to him. He knows what I'm talking about. And I get that not all the starters at these tracks, they don't necessarily do this kind of thing. So it's a little bit new for some of them, And,
So Zach is the starter, right?
at
Ozark?
At Ozark, yes.
So he's going to be racing also, right?
No,
Sounds-
he's a starter.
Oh, it sounded like he's going to be racing something this year.
Well, not that I know of, but maybe he's going to surprise us. I don't know.
He mentioned that earlier, but maybe some of the other events,
Maybe when he's running, he's going to make his own start too. He can flip the window down. He can flip the switch.
Yeah.
Will that work?
Well,
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the first time that someone has tested and tripped the tree and threw it out on the ground and watched the tree drop.
There you go.
We've been known to have to test like that.
Yeah. Nick Weaver said couldn't agree more to your comment.
Yep.
So you got a lot of people shaking their head, it sounds like.
Okay, well, I hate to sound like a big old jackass, but we've heard the complaint, and I don't like complaints, so we're going to fix it.
Sounds good.
Yeah, Zach says they can come ask me as well, and I'll explain it too.
Okay.
So
There
here
you
we go.
go.
Okay.
Open door.
Yeah.
Anything else on the index?
No, I don't think that covers both. Eagle Machine and Hot Wired Auto Sales 650 index. We hadn't got to the sponsor. No changes, but the sponsors. And that was the sponsors last year on that too. And we thank those guys for doing it over and over and over.
Perfect. Return sponsors. You must be doing something right.
Yep. Those guys, we always appreciate their support too. So that's the 650 index. The Show Me Outlaws, the motorcycle guys. I hate to say that there's a neglected group, but they really truly are the neglected group. We don't even worry about them.
Yep.
The couple of bike guys, John Jones and Larry Sayer, they take care of their group. They do their own chip draws. They come to the staging lanes. They're already paired up. It's their group of, they call it Show Me Outlaws. They raise their money for their sponsorship, and they just want bikes to come race with them, and they're
Awesome group.
Oh, they're just an awesome group, but you better have thick skin jumping in with those guys because, oh my God, they're rough sometimes.
Yeah.
They are rough sometimes on each other,
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah, they're just the group of guys that we don't even worry about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see them at the start of the day. I said, "You guys got your guys ready?" Oh yeah, we're ready. Just call us. Let's go. You know,
It's like a promoter's dream, right?
yeah, they truly are a promoter's dream. And I didn't see it so much last year as I did in years past, but they got this giant tent that they set up, and they all camp out together down there.
It's a brotherhood.
It's a brotherhood.
Unity. That's awesome.
It is, and I'd hate to think of what that must be like in there sometimes, you know, depending on what dinner was. But holy cow!
And if you guys ever get a chance to just, you know, saunter on down to their pits during the day before the race, if you guys think the door car guys are hard on each other, just go hang out in the motorcycle pit for about 20 minutes. Those guys are ruthless with each other.
Oh yeah,
They'll have you in stitches laughing.
Oh yeah. Gary Spaniak lobs a lot of dog turds, but those guys they take it way beyond that.
Oh yeah.
And I mean that in the kindest way, but he does. He throws a lot of dog turds around, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But those bike guys, whew, I'm glad to be on their good side, you know.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
And then the last thing is Pro Tree Junior Dragster, and sadly we need a sponsor. You know, TNS race cars stepped way up and jumped over onto the Outlaw 10.5, and hence we lose Goose as our sponsor for juniors. And sadly, that's kind of the end of an era because all the kids over there at TNS are all done with the juniors.
Yeah.
You know, there's been 1 to 4 junior dragsters in the TNS camp for 1,000 years. You know?
Yeah, probably 10 or 12 years easily.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
And this will be the first year with no orange shirts in the junior lanes, you know.
Yeah.
So, and thankfully, you know, Goose stepped up to bigger and better things, but we need a Pro Tree Junior Dragster sponsor. So if you want to get a little attention here and come see the kids and deal with the kids, they appreciate it. They appreciate getting to run for a little bit of money, and you know, kick that around if it's something that might interest someone out there.
And like I say, I want to personally thank, you know, the whole TNS, you know, Goose and the entire TNS family, because Goose was always so generous, especially with the junior kids all these years. I mean, he always made sure they ran for something.
Always.
And always.
And
not just Titans. I'm talking, you know, shootout races at Ozark, street machines. Goose was always the one to step up for the juniors, and they got to experience taking home a little bit of money because of, you know, winnings because of Goose and the TNS team. So I want to thank him for that, because he's done that since, 14 or 15 years, you know. So
as long as I can remember.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Cool.
All right.
But I don't know, guys. That's Titans 2025 so far. So do we still have our audience of 40 there, or have they drifted off?
Yep. Everybody's still here. So
cool.
Yeah.
They're all looking at the clock because Mahomes is getting ready to take the field here in about 10 minutes. So
Who?
Yeah, we're going
Mahomes. Mahomie.
Who?
Looking for trailers. What'd you call it? Trailer what?
Trailer shift.
Yeah.
Trailer.
That's
hilarious.
stuff.
The official Kansas City trampette.
Right on.
Oh boy.
Did I say that out loud?
Oh, you're good. Mrs. Harper says she's got to run. See you soon, Alan, Larry. Everyone have fun at PRI. Thank you, Gary and Rodney, for coming to the banquet last night.
Nice.
Thank you for all your hard work, Mrs. Harper.
Not going to see the Harpers at PRI? Are they bailing?
Well, they're trying to figure out how they can get there or not. Last night they were saying, so I think they're on the fence.
Ah, I see.
So, but we'll definitely reach out to you, Al, and try to catch a breakfast. And
yeah, just text me there Wednesday night or Thursday morning. We'll if you guys get a chair, let me know where you're at, or if we get a chair, I'll text you where we're at.
Well,
have you been to the breakfast before, you guys?
No, I don't know. We have to grab breakfast in that hotel we're at.
It's always a good time.
I'll check it out.
The grape juice is good.
We appreciate you guys coming on, talking to us for the last couple hours, hour and a half about the new rules and and the new classes and the new sponsors. And man, I'm just getting pumped up for 2025. I love this racing community that we're in, and we're going to go out and have a great time. So appreciate that. And Gary, do you have anything?
I don't. I can't wait for the next year, 2025, come with you guys. One way or another, I'll get there eventually with a car that runs, or I'll be hanging out with Rod.
Yeah,
I'm waiting on pieces. So
there you go. You guys have any final thoughts? Any final suggestions or anything?
Just come race with us.
Yeah.
Bring a friend, bring a spectator.
Buy a
Guys,
t-shirt.
if we can buy a t-shirt, if we can get more spectators in the stands, guys, Titans is going to continue for years to come. But it takes racers and it 100% takes spectators in the stands. So when you come to a race, bring a friend, bring your neighbor.
Sounds good.
yep, good plan.
Good, great plan. Yeah, I'm excited. We appreciate you guys coming on, and we'll definitely reach out to you, Al. I mean, it's Tuesday's going to be here for me. I'm assuming you're flying out on Wednesday.
Yeah, we drive, but we'll leave Wednesday afternoon.
No, sounds good. All right, you got a shout out from Christy, right, Gary?
Let me see here. Christy Gott says, "Thank you, Alan Larry, for everything you do."
Well, thank you, Christy Gott.
Yeah, well, she's part of that the D&J components. Her and David Gott, like I say, could not do it without them. They're the straw that kind of holds this deal together. So, and we couldn't do it without them, and we appreciate them so much.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah, well said. All right, well, we appreciate you guys coming on. It's going to be a great time.
All right, we'll stay out of
See you
trouble.
guys soon.
Yeah, we'll definitely bring you back in like right before the first race and just get it pumped.
Oh yeah.
back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Anytime.
You made it here 4 times with us in 2024.
You guys are rock stars.
Yeah.
We should be the record holder.
I think
Harper.
you are. Maybe you or Harper right there.
Yeah.
Harper,
Yeah.
See, Harper has like 1 or 2 more, but
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
yeah. This is your 4th with us, so we appreciate
Well,
you guys.
You guys just
We
have to
enjoy it.
broaden your horizons.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't have Harper getting up on us.
There you go.
Harper, where's your Hall of Fame badge?
Oh, don't call it. Good. All right, you guys have a good night. Thanks for
All
coming.
right.
on.
See
Yes,
you.
Go
sir.
Chiefs.
Yes.
We'll see.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
All right, Gary. Great show. Great show. Why don't you go ahead and bring our sponsors on?
Good info. That was good.
Yeah, it was.
Let's give a shout out to these partners in 2024: Mid-America Dragway, Ultra Color Collision Repair, Sandlin Iron and Metal Auto Salvage, and Harry Street Carpet. As we wind down with just a few weeks left of 2024, thank you for being awesome partners with us.
Oh,
for the
yeah.
year.
And we're talking
Great.
now for 2025, getting everything ready for StreamYard so we can continue to do these podcasts. Gary and I talked about on the side. He's having fun. I'm having fun. We're still there's still a purpose here to, get the word out to the community here. So we'll just keep this rolling. But good show. Man, that was exciting. Very
Fun.
exciting.
Great time.
Yeah. Good team. But so we're going to go to PRI on Wednesday. We have 3 or 4 stops we know we're going to get. And we already have planned to bring Mr. Harper on next Sunday. He showed us his schedule last night. So he's got some action coming with radio prep, with no prep, with index racing, with points racing. And so we'll kind of go through that for Mid-America. But the season's going to be here before we know it. So.
Big schedule. We saw it last night.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Good stuff. All right, Gary, you got anything else for her?
I don't.
All right, we'll call it.
It was fun, super fun with Alan Larry. It always is a good time with them guys.
I know, right? They're a hoot.
They are.
All right,
Let's go watch some foosball.
that sounds good. Put your hand up.
Right. You ready?
Yep. Nice. All right. I like what Barry. One last comment right here.
Oh, is there? Hurry
Yeah.
up, springtime. Yeah, no doubt.
I love it.
I'm ready for spring already.
Woo! All right.
All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. We had a great time, man. It's always fun.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Well done, Gary.
Yep. And thanks for the comments. Thanks for saying stuff, commenting, typing stuff. That makes part of the show big too.
Oh, yeah. That might have been a record comment tonight.
It was busy. Really, it was hard to keep track and keep up with all, it's tough to keep track. There's Troy. Later, fellas. Troy, we'll see you later, buddy.
Thanks for chiming in. All right, bud.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Thank you.